Govinda.
Okay, it's on.
Sure.
एक मिनट ऑन है का हाँ है चलो
या बसा
आज की ताजा खबर
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have three stooges sitting here.
Yeah.
हिंदी, इंग्लिश, मराठी.
काही सगळं.
काही सगळं.
सगळ्या
लोकांना कळलं
language
का तू काय
जय
बोलतोय?
महाराष्ट्र
Okay.
टेक टू ॲक्शन
Jui, what's your agenda?
Yeah, no, I thought we have met after very long. First of all, हम लोग तीनों, and we've been in the fitness industry for a while, and we keep getting these questions from people. म्हणजे first, so when I started, people didn't know this was a career also. So that we have, I think our industry has made that point that yes, it is an industry.
Which
and
industry and what is this?
Fitness.
Yeah.
So, okay, I mean, yeah, whatever.
Not
Should
everybody
we-
knows what you're talking
Why
about.
don't you introduce and then I'll take over?
Okay. So, you have Jui Inamdar, you have Aditya Barve, and you have me, Pushkaraj Shirke. We are all ex-K11 alumni. We are in the fitness industry. All of us have been training people, consulting people for over a decade. And this is just a get-together, and we decided to make it into a chat that discusses common FAQs that we often get and some pet peeves that we have about being in this industry and chasing our own fitness goals at the same time. So, Jui, over to you.
By the way, we are still in our 20s.
You don't have to say that,
I
dude.
know,
It
I
just
know,
shows
it just
the
shows,
glow.
I mean, then you don't even have to say that we're in the fitness industry, right?
True.
Sure.
So yeah, anyway, so what I was figuring is that we always used to get this
Yeah.
क्या हुआ? One love वाला.
yeah, he's doing numbers and all.
I was
Because
like,
people are
4-0.
Oops.
so yeah, so distracting. What was I saying? Yeah, career, fitness as a career. So when I joined it, it wasn't a career as what people perceived it. I did. I wanted to be in it for sure.
But what year did you join? I'm just asking what year, like year, like what?
I think
I'm not
I
asking what the
did
age.
my first fitness course when I was 7 years old.
See, I'm again asking you in what year you did the course. In what
So
year?
I did
didn't
my
ask you how
first
old were
course
you.
in 2000.
In 2000.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's how
okay.
I've completed 20 years.
when I was graduating from school,
Yeah.
When I was in what?
5th standard.
Shut up, you guys. So
Just to put things into context.
Yeah.
I did it in 2006, but K11 I didn't in. I did the first course in 2000, and my K11 I did in 2004.
In four.
What about you?
I did the course in 2011.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, it's a career, and a lot of people ask us, is it even a career? And yes, we have proved it that it's a career. But that does not mean that you don't need to know what entails in this career. So I think definitely the courses, because like I said, that was my first course and second course of K11, and then the special population, and then it kept going on, right? And then I did my Pilates in Sydney, whatever. So I'm sure you guys must have also, we keep learning, right? It doesn't stop. So that is one thing about this industry, that you have to keep updating and keep making sure that you have these new courses added on to.
Basically, it's a science. So since it's a science stream, if I call this as a science stream, then the sciences keep on evolving.
Yep.
And then we need to it's not something like we learn in a particular year and then it's out. It just doesn't happen like that. We have to be upgraded, stay upgraded with the new sciences, new researches, and then when we do those researches, when we apply those researches on our own to ourselves, and then we benefit from it, and then we can probably tell the clients, "Okay, Baba, हाँ ये सब ठीक हो रहा है, ये ऐसा चलता है, मेरे को experience है," then you can do that. So
Yeah,
we can't
that's so
make the
true.
clients guinea pigs. That's the first thing. We have to do those things first, and then later
Test it on yourself
Test
first before you put it on
exactly,
someone else.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
other
Have you
case-
tested anything weird that went on? Like, never again.
Yeah, pushing myself to the point where you like puke continuously. Like absolute end to end, keep training, keep training,
Never
keep
done
training,
that.
keep
I
training.
never done
I just
that.
wanted to test the limit. Went there and like never again, never do again doing that stupidity again.
No, I have not done that.
Yeah. I just wanted to see like what's the max limit you can like push the body to in one day of training. It was like 8 hours of non-stop shit.
Must be interesting.
It was mad. Definitely one of the best experiences, like memorable experiences. Like I'm never doing that again. I'm done.
Yeah.
Like how much can you push yourself without getting rhabdo? It was that level.
Okay, so the courses keep going on. So that is one thing. The second thing I think is the finances. You know, like every corporate or every company that people join, they have a big corpus coming to them. They have this retirement fund. They have bonuses coming in, and we forget all of that. We don't get paid leaves. We do not get
No leaves.
yeah, we do not get any public holidays. So it's
True.
such a, and you are the product, so you are always wanting to give away your time. So there's such a close fight between, you know, how you're going to manage your schedule and finances. So the first, I mean, what do you think about it? Like, how did you go through it, the whole finance situation?
So, as I told you earlier, when I did the course, the year was 2011, right? And I was 20 years old at that time, and my father was the only earning member. So I borrowed some, I will not say borrowed, but I of course told my dad to pay for the courses, for the first course.
Now we call it borrowed.
Yeah, now we call it borrow, but it wasn't a borrowing at all. So I told my dad that you know, I'm interested in these courses. I'm not seeing it as a career because simultaneously I was pursuing my income and MBA as well, both together. Having said that, if you look at the courses at that time, the cost was somewhere around 14K or 15K only.
Yeah.
Compared to today is somewhere around north of 75, 80.
And today the income in the industry is also to that level.
Yeah.
To that level, I agree. I
Yeah.
totally agree. I'm not doubting that. But the thing is that my dad agreed to pay it on that condition that I have to pursue my MBA and MCOM and I have to clear it. So this was basically, the course was in between the time when I finished my graduation as a last paper of the graduation, and then results आने के पहले का जो वो सुनहरा मौका जो था ना, वो gap जो था, कुछ भी करो आप, time pass करो,
Summer
vacation
camp.
को जाओ, summer camp को जाओ, something like that.
And you found this.
And I found this, yeah. So I had my eyes on this course for a long time because I attended sir's lectures previously. I attended certain nutrition seminars held by K11 previously, and then I decided to go for this. But coming back to your question again, that when it comes to finances, yeah, my dad was my support. So I took money from him, I did the courses, and after doing the course, I told him a very peculiar thing, I did all these courses and applying it to myself, you can see the difference in me now. Now I want to apply these sciences on my clients as well, the potential clients, and I just want to try it out what happens. So that's why I joined Endurance Fitness Club as my first job ever. And and then the journey shot and it shot
But
pretty
see,
well.
Aditya, you and me, even my father helped me in paying for my Sydney courses.
Okay.
So it was a good thing for me to step up from where I was. At the end of the day, though, you say like, okay, I am doing everything, I'm going to return my father's money, but we had a home to stay. I was not paying for my groceries when I was started to work. It was my income,
We
whatever.
discussed this
come-
just before you came.
Sorry.
We discussed this just before you came.
Yeah. Okay.
No, okay.
So, I think Pushkaraj, you had some very different kinds. So, if people who are looking to, okay, I have to rent a house, can I jump into this career? So, what is your take on
I
this?
think he's renting house since the past.
Yeah,
what, like,
since
forever,
2018.
right?
Yeah, since 2018. So that's what we were just discussing just before you came.
So,
Like if
yeah.
you're renting since 18, okay, till you're 28, for example, like we were discussing a decade,
24 lakhs.
that's 24 lakhs you have put into rent.
Exactly.
So,
no,
if
but
you're
it's
living in
not
your
about-
parents' house, your parents are paying for your education and everything, you now have 24 to 30 lakhs as a startup capital to start your own business.
I'm
That's
not.
one way of looking at it.
Yeah, but I'm
But
asking.
again, you got
if
to do
you
what you
have
got to
to
do.
tell yourself as a youngster, or maybe somebody's, say Aditya's son comes tomorrow to you and he has to rent a house and doesn't want. Can he enter this career? Like, what is your take on it? Can he make that? Because I was like, okay, today I have one client. I can wait for another month for another one. I can wait for 2-3 more months for it to scale to another
See,
5.
there is a safety net that you get if you're living at your parents' house, if your parents are providing for your education. But if you're doing it yourself, that safety net is not there.
But
But the grind is the same.
But
You
they-
still have to grind, you still have to get clients, you still have to do your work, you still have to build an industry. At the end of the day, almost any and every business is the same.
So for them, I think joining a gym kind of a setup would be a good option.
Yeah, it's more
right?
stable,
Because,
right?
Yeah.
The risk is not
So
there.
they
Today I have a
still have
client,
an
tomorrow I
option.
don't have a client.
So these
Yeah.
people also have an option to still
Exactly.
come in this career. Yeah, that's
And in
good
a way,
point.
it's good to start with a fixed gym first, because then you get first-hand experience of the industry.
Totally.
Because you come in with ideas, ki, oh, I will do this, I will do that, aisa chalega, waisa chalega, and then reality check happens when you start actually training. Like, oh, it
Yeah.
actually doesn't take only 45 minutes, it's actually taking me 1 hour 15 minutes to 1.5 hour. Fatigue sets in, I cannot do 6 continuous sessions back to back, physical limits bhi koi cheez hota hai.
See, if you start from the scratch, like from the bottom itself, I mean, let's say, I don't know whether you guys know this, but when I was in endurance, when I started my career in endurance, I wasn't even categorized as a trainer. I was categorized as a loader.
Intern.
Loader.
Loader.
No.
So loader,
What a word.
it sounds like a porter, right? Loader.
Yeah.
Plate uta ke rakho,
Yeah,
dumbbell uta ke rakho.
so that was our
Yeah.
job. So our job was nothing but to observe. We never got the uniforms of the gym.
The intern.
We just the interns.
But
we used to
imagine
wear a
to call them loaders.
yeah. So we used to basically wear a black T-shirt tucked inside our black track pants, and we used to just stay over there. We used to help people out with their like the weights and carrying those dumbbells and all these things. And we used to observe the gym floor. That's where we started at. But when I started from that point, I know how the loader kind of feels. So I know how the intern feels. I know what are the what might be the minutes of the problems which he might be facing, or might be something like because it's so physical, it's very physical. Because if you want to, like, let's say deload a 400 pound ka bar, it's going to be very physical. There are tricks to it, like how to load the bar and how to deload the bar, right? So now we can maybe put an extremely small plate right underneath
And then roll out the bar. Yeah.
So we know these tricks, but they don't know these tricks. So we need to teach them those tricks just to make sure that they don't get tired out quickly, they don't get burned out quickly. So yeah, these minute things matter a lot, they compound a lot, and as you grow in this industry, as you rightly said, that after you take sessions back to back, 5 or 6 sessions, you don't really feel tired because you know the most efficient way to load and unload the things.
Yeah, cool. So I made a lot of mistakes as a youngster making money, because all these things, when you're already in a kind of a protected environment with a family staying, and what is happening is, so every job will give you in the beginning maybe an increment of a 10%, and if you're very good, 15%, and your bonuses come once a year or twice a year. But with us, what happens is, say for example, you are charging a client 5,000 rupees, the next client is 10,000, and then the next one is 15. So you're scaling up, like, you're getting big jumps, and then you're just like I think I made a mistake of not saving at all for, I think, first 6-7 years.
That's a
Which is
mistake
a long-
a lot of youngsters make.
Yeah, but
It's very
probably
common.
because you have a strong backup.
Yeah.
Sorry?
You might be having a strong backup.
Yeah, but I mean, the backup is only for you to start, and you have to realize that's what I'm trying to say, that maybe people should realize that you should be starting sooner than later to.
See, for example, sorry to interrupt, but for example, let's say when I started at the age of 21 and till the age of almost 26, 27, my dad was still working. He had a full-fledged successful business going on, and hence I never had to give a single penny to my home. So that was maybe I was very fortunate in that segment.
Yeah.
So hence I could afford to spend some money. You know, like I could buy a sports bike at the age of 24. I could buy my own flat at the age of 27. Whatever you want to call it. But other people, maybe they are not like that. They are not that much fortunate. Maybe there are people whose parents are still struggling, who's maybe who have maybe a single parent, something like that. But they need to be very mindful about spending. They need to start investing. They need to start saving or something like that. But they should never ever keep me, guys like me, as a role model. कि अरे बाबा इसने तो 24 year age के उससे sport
Yeah,
कर
so
ली.
you know
You
what?
should know the background behind everybody's success.
So a lot of
I wanted to bring up an
people-
example here of one person, but I
Exactly.
will not. We know what
No,
you're
but
talking
Aditya,
about.
that's
Right?
really great that you brought this out, because everybody's seeing these fitness professionals riding these sports bikes and
Yeah.
fancy cars and everything.
They come
But
from
what-
family of money already.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly,
but what
that's
you
my point.
said made a big point, because then I don't want people to feel bad when they can't. It's not that your story
True.
is different, his story is different.
True.
You can be making the same amount of money, but you have a different background
Yeah.
to.
And if you look at this gimmick called celebrity trainers, it's people who already
Oh.
come from social circles that are well connected.
Exactly.
Their very first client is paying them 1.5 lakhs.
Exactly.
I'm like,
exactly.
hello,
Exactly.
people who come
No.
from humble backgrounds are not going to get there. They need to put 10, 12 years of slogging into it.
Correct.
Then they get their first like big lead.
Precisely.
But that's not just about celebrity
That's
training.
every
I have-
industry.
That's
No,
even-
not industry, but even here, like even serious training, sports clubs, for example, they are not going to look at a school and they're like, हाँ कौन है trainer, हाँ उसको लेके आओ, हाँ चलो आ जाओ. It's not very. I don't
So,
think it's still very.
The amount of
proper.
grind you have to put in is a little different depending on the privilege you come with.
But
Very different.
saying all of that the celebrity trainers and networking is different and this club networking is different, it has not affected our incomes for that matter. We have always got good clients, and if your work is good, just because you don't
Yeah,
have a
no,
celebrity
so-
trainer.
No, so if a
It's
person is not even
easy.
actually talented,
हाँ.
okay, they can be mediocre, but my father knows XYZ.
Exactly.
To do a favor to his father, he'll say, अच्छा बेटा मेरे बेटे को train कर ले. बेटा कौन है? बेटा is a superstar. And then he put it in profile. Oh, training superstars of Bollywood.
No,
oh.
I'm just making
It's
an
that.
exactly
It's a very
reverse
easy thing to
point.
make.
Is that if you're good with your work, but you don't have that networking, it's not going to restrict your work, the kind of money that comes in.
The money
You're
difference is
already-
massive.
Is
The
it?
money difference is massive
Exactly.
between training a celebrity and training a general individual who comes to a
So
gym.
you have to be mindful of.
The difference is 10x.
Okay.
10x or even more.
So you like put this into scenario. Let's say from tomorrow, Anand Ambani decides to join the fitness course. Okay, he is successful in doing that fitness course.
He scores only 61% marks to
exactly,
barely pass.
To barely pass. Okay, we know what.
By
type
the
of-
way, in fitness industry, we don't have 35%
Ah,
passing.
yeah, I know.
It is 70 plus.
70 plus
So-
passing.
So let's say he gets 71. Okay, and after that he decides to start his personal career. What do you think?
Who will
is he
be
gonna-
clientele and what will they be paying him? Definitely more than the guy who gets a
And-
5,000 rupees stipend to
And
start at
this
a
is
gym.
universal. I'm not just talking about the fitness industry.
Any
Even
industry.
Though, even though
Designers.
Anand Ambani decides to get into what, a coffee shop, or maybe क्या bottle वाला thing, कुछ भी, like goggles, you name a brand, you name a commodity, you name a service. If these guys start such services, then of course they have the edge
Edge,
over
yeah.
somebody
Right.
who is maybe like struggling, or who is maybe very novice or very nascent in the industry.
Same thing like in Bollywood, na, for a struggling actor to make it
Yeah.
versus a star son to make it.
Well, I
Makes a
always
difference.
thought that
Because-
I'm
because
charging
these
the
guys-
fees that I want to be paid, what I feel I want to be paid. But yeah, then with celebrities you can charge something you don't even.
Because for again, it's not like you're overcharging them out of greed.
But because
Their
of the
demands
time
are that high.
and demand,
Okay,
yeah.
their stakes are that high. If they don't make that weight or that look,
I
they
agree.
don't get to do that movie. Movie's postponed by 2-3
True.
months. Production cost is losing money, and that's in crores.
True.
So that's why you charge them higher. It's not like, oh, I'm greedy, I will charge you higher.
Just because you're celebrity,
Huh.
just because you're industrialized.
Yeah,
and
it's
you're charging
because
more, it's
the
not
amount
like
of work I need to put in for a celeb to get him to that level. is
Also, you
different.
travel with them, you
when I'm,
lose your work
when I'm
here
training
and
a
all
pro
of that. I
athlete,
get
the
that.
demands are different. That's why I charge them a certain separate fee. I charge them a standard fee versus against their win.
So we say everyone can join in fitness industry. It's
Yeah.
just your different stories and
Yeah.
how you are going to manage your finances should be very mindful of
Yeah.
what your story is.
See, and coming to finances again, what people think that when it comes to success, people look at the materialistic things, and that's not a good sign. I mean, any kind of a materialistic does not need to be attached to something which is called as success.
Yeah, there are people with so much materialistic properties to show around,
Yeah.
but they have no respect in the industry. When you talk to the industry, everybody
Exactly.
knows.
See, for example, the
Who's
reason I got my superbike at the age of 24, the reason why I got the BMW right now is because I love automobiles. It's my passion. It's my love for the automobiles, like unconditional love.
You would spend on it no matter which career you went into.
Exactly. That's my thing. But I know so many guys out there like that who just buy these things because
They want
it has a status symbol.
Token.
It's a token.
Yeah. I get that, and I think you guys buying all these super bikes have really put a lot of stress on like all the trainers. अच्छा अभी 2 साल में मुझे, but it's not right
It's
because
not
I
right.
think you're just like spending your
Like
money.
funny
which
thing, they
is-
want to fit into a lifestyle look,
Yeah.
so they'll get a full tattoo done of 1 lakh. Baba, 1 lakh invest कर ले.
Exactly.
हाँ, 4 साल में उसका कुछ value रहेगा. तेरा tattoo उधर ही चिपका रहेगा.
And the people who are doing these tattoos are nearly 19-20-year-old
Yeah.
kids, man. I mean, like,
You're spending
they
a
have
lakh
this,
on a
like-
tattoo. Why? What's the logic? Lakh in an FD छोड़, in a mutual fund at 20,
I have spent on tattoos.
इतना 1 lakh.
अभी
You
at
get
that
deluded.
time-
Your tattoos are ittu size of bindis. They barely cost anything. There are
Show
people.
your tattoos in the camera.
Yeah, show. You can't even see the tattoo here. There is one tattoo here, here. There is one tattoo here. That's it.
Is that a skull?
Yeah, skull with a bow.
That's my
Exactly.
phrase. No,
How much
look
did-
like a
how much-
doll, lift like a devil.
How much did it cost you?
This tattoo didn't cost me, but when I was like,
There are people getting
the
tattoos
first-
of a
okay,
lakh,
let me-
buying a super bike, all this shosha.
What
Shosha
I'm
is
trying
not
to
well.
say is my first entire money that I got from the month's personal training was out on a tattoo because at that time it cost me that much.
A reward is understandable. There are people here going out and beyond to fit into a lifestyle and that look of the
But I
industry.
did not have this fancy gadi and all. Now with the cycles, yes,
Yeah.
I would
See, the
like
thing is,
spend
again, the
that
question
kind
is,
of.
do you like it? That's the question.
Yeah.
Do you like cars?
I
If you
did like it
if you
at
like
that
cars, then
time.
you should be always aiming for the good car.
Right,
That's
but
the
I'm
entire
like my
thing.
car is like my utility. Like I want to go and be very
Do what
comfortable.
you actually love. Don't try to fit into a
Yeah,
lifestyle
so
because
see,
that
I am
is
somebody
the
who
perception of the
is
industry.
like that. So I'm like, wow, you got this car, superb. इसमें ये है, वो है. I'll ask all of that, but I'll be driving my i10 or I'm happy. I mean, I like
Yeah, so
that.
see, that's
Such
the
a
difference,
small
you know.
car just fits anywhere, goes anywhere.
So that's the difference. You know, every year in Diwali, for 2 or 3 days, I go out of town because I don't really like the smoke, I don't really like the noise and all that. And unfortunately, my wife does not accompany me at that point because she is filled with the cake orders. So I usually find some really good scenic spots where the roads are good, where the scenery is good, the hotels are good, something like that. So last year, I went to Mahabaleshwar, अपना courtyard private. Or when I came back from courtyard, you hit the Pasani Ghat, right? I mean, Pasani Ghat and BMW, the combo, I had an ear-to-ear smile throughout the route. So this is something which you can take away, like, you know.
Right.
So this is what passion
So
is.
I
This
have
is
done
what liking
Pasani
is.
on my cycle. And the Ambinari.
That's where you spend on your cycle and you spend on a car. That's the difference.
Yeah, and then I had the same grin.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So that's what tickles me, and that's
Yeah.
why I always aim for maybe abhi maine 5 Cs diya hai, now I will buy a Porsche. You know, like,
Yeah,
it's
so
like love
aspiration.
branding. Love
yeah,
branding.
as youngsters, I think you have to be mindful about this.
You have to.
Yeah.
Okay, now staying in the fitness industry, people expect a certain physical image of you, but then how do you manage training people and training yourself?
It's like a impossible mission made possible every day. Like I said, you don't have because all the good slots are taken by the people, right?
Correct.
your students are taking up that 7 o'clock slot, 8, 9, 10,
True.
11:30 for somebody who. So one of my students does flowers and she wakes up at 4:30 in the morning to do her flowers. So her training time is 11:30.
Correct.
Then the UK people wake up at 2:30
I know.
in my
Indian
time.
time.
And then I have woken up at 4:30 in the morning, and by the time I've finished my trainings, I'm like, where do I get this energy from? And we've done this, but we have remember when we used to all go to the gym at 11 and work out till 2.
11 to 2 workout sessions at
They were
5
like
Fitness.
beautiful, but it's not possible for a long time. And when you have these early morning schedules constantly, right? So we had to put an end to it. But yeah, it's a most difficult task, I think.
So whenever on the gym floor, I maybe set a new PR or maybe I break my previous PR, and I always tell the people observing me at that time, this is my pseudo PR. This is not my 100%.
I know what you're saying.
Because if at all you tell me to rest for the 4 or 5 days, just don't do any work. Don't do any work and then hit the gym floor.
That will be the PR.
That will be my PR.
No, but see,
For
other
sure.
people also are working. But
No, but
what
that-
is happening
it's
is
not
they have a
physical.
schedule. It's not physical
It's not
also,
that
but
physical.
Aditya, what I'm saying is we don't even have a schedule. So, for example, because we are on one-on-one basis, a lot of times I'm ready to go to work at 7 in the morning. I have not planned anything because I have a 7 o'clock training.
Yeah.
But a day before, she'll say maybe I'm not well.
Correct.
But I don't have a plan, or I haven't planned the rest of the day in such a way that
True,
I can't
true,
plan
true.
anything.
That's a missed lot.
So
Yeah.
it's gone, but I'm still up and I'm still working throughout the day. So there's no when do I work out? It's always a fight. Can I go to the gym at this time? So that is those times when we
But
find those.
hypothetically speaking, even if you have a schedule, let's say you have a schedule, okay, so whatever happens, you are going to work out, let's say at 5 o'clock in the evening. Whatever happens, come what may, and let's say you cancel a client just because
Evenings,
of that.
I am
Just a-
never
just a
happy. It's never
Hypothetical
happening.
scenario.
Day is over.
Hypothetical scenario.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
So let's say it's your 5 o'clock, right? It's your workout time, it's your me time. But why I uttered the word physical is because continuously, if you're, let's say, taking some good 8 to 10 sessions, you are loading the place, you're unloading the place, you're always on your feet, standing, you're shouting, you're queuing, you are mentally involved in that kind. So this is physical, right?
People don't get the tiredness
Exactly.
of the talking. I have
So
realized they
imagine.
don't realize how tiring
So
it can
imagine
be.
8 to
Yeah.
10 hours, you're working straight, continuously lifting weights for your clients and all that,
Yeah.
and then you are hitting your own workout. So that's why I'm saying physical. So imagine Pushkaraj doing all those bouts and grappling and all that for whatever 2 hours and 4 hours,
Yeah.
and at night he decides to hit weights. It can't be his PR.
Your ATP is already gone.
Exactly,
Yeah.
you're dead.
So if you guys are thinking that मैं तो जिम में ही रहूंगा और मैं कहीं पे भी डंबल उठा लिया हो गया workout,
And that's the biggest mistake people make
it's
about
not
people
going to
who
happen.
work in a gym.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, like, just because the gym is around
And
you
you
doesn't
also
mean you can
want
go
to-
anytime and train. नहीं होता.
नहीं होता.
But you also want. I mean, I would never.
Like, you're in the middle of a
work out.
workout, somebody comes for an inquiry, now you're
Correct.
sitting for half an hour
So we
answering their
used to
inquiry.
work at school. School had the lab room. The lab room is the training room.
Yeah.
So we call that the lab room, and we used to work in the office. Downstairs is the gym, but we all would go to Juhu.
Just
You
to work
need-
out.
Yeah,
That
you
ambience.
need that
The ambience,
space.
the
You
hit.
need that difference of space
You
after
need the aura, you need the hit, you need everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I work out in 2 separate gyms for just that reason.
Wow.
It's 2 different mindsets. One is just like
So yeah, it's
flow
not going to be
training,
like
light, and one is like where I'm
training तो
training.
मेरा ऐसे हो जाए पूरा.
हाँ.
ये तो नहीं होने वाला है.
ambience matters, whom you're training with
And
matters.
scheduling of your workouts is going to be different on different days, so it's a little tough.
Very
Holidays is very tough to bring out on, say I'm going to be taking this holiday. Never happens.
Never
All
happens.
public holidays you're working.
Rather, as an entrepreneur, I would be saying that if somebody asks me why don't you take holidays, I answer them, actually I'm at this point of my life that I can take holiday whenever I want, whenever I wish. But I
Yeah.
can't do that.
But you
And
won't.
never understand that.
Exactly. People are like,
See, here
you
I'm
don't-
lucky.
I'm like, my
In this
boss
case, I'm
doesn't.
lucky.
I say my boss doesn't give me a holiday. Who's your boss? Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this case, I'm lucky
Why?
because having multiple careers, I tell my
Yeah.
clients, boss, this day
Okay,
is off.
Achha.
You do this. I'm giving you a workout. कर लेना
You
खुद से.
also have to know this
हाँ.
about Pushkaraj, that though he started into fitness career, and though he didn't have a protected bubble of the family
4 careers.
finance, yeah, he had so many careers that supported him in the beginning, middle,
And even now.
even now, yeah. So yeah.
So yeah, if you want to be a little in control of your own life, have multiple careers, not just one. Learn to branch out a little. Do
No,
a little
I'm
side
happy.
hustle.
In fact, I like being into one
Focus.
specialized, yeah, focused.
It's always good to have another extension. Like
Of course,
he's not
yeah.
a trainer only now. He's a gym owner.
Yeah.
You never know when you will see Ethos 2 come up.
Yeah.
Exactly,
course,
right?
yeah.
That's how you do transition from just
Amen.
being a trainer to an entrepreneur to a chain owner,
Yeah.
etc. And see where it extends from there. जिंदगी भर ट्रेनर नहीं रहना है ना.
True.
I'm okay. I like it. Like,
See,
you
even
know,
I like
Kezad
it.
used to say
Yeah,
that,
I like it.
oh, why would you want
See,
to
again,
call yourself something
See,
else?
Kezad obviously loved being a trainer, but if you actually look at this, he's more of an educationist than a trainer.
True.
Yeah,
So
true.
he also made that parallel branch.
Of course, yeah, he did.
So
Yeah.
everybody at some point needs to make a parallel to their industry.
Yeah, but it's always, I mean,
Some
yours is very
people like
different.
managing people, some
But
people
this
like
was scaling
expanding
through the
vertically.
industry only.
Yeah. Yeah.
He, him, you are the only, I mean, not only, there might be other
But
people
now
who are
if you see
doing
most
this.
of my brand consulting clients are also from the fitness industry only. So eventually everything like
It
comes in the same
to
funnel.
yeah. So you are also
Supplement
progressing
brands,
because
fitness
of,
brands.
your photography
Photography is also
became
mainly fitness.
the fitness
Yeah, exactly.
thing. You could tap into it much
So
better than any
everything
other
comes
photographers.
together in like the same funnel. Basically your passion is what drives you, and as long as your passion can make money for you, use it.
True.
Yeah. So coming to that point about fashion. So since I started my career when I was 7,
See, everybody knows how old you are now. So leave the 7 thing now.
and that I am doing this for 20 years now. I want to ask you guys, or also in this for like 12, 13, whatever years.
11, 12.
11, 12, a lot lesser than me, but has the monotony, you though it won't, you are like taking pictures and everything, but Aditya, what do you think? Has the monotony set in ki yaar ye every day I have to wake up? I know the work monotony will never set in because we are always like, oh, this thing, this goal, this student can't do this, let me do this, can do this, let me step up. That excitement is always there. But the monotony of scheduling, monotony of the finances, you know, we always have to be so mindful about
True.
how our retirement fund or whatever you call that is going to pan out. So, does that monotony ever set into you?
Not as of now. Now I don't know, like when I hit the age of 17. sorry, in the age of 7, not 17, 7. Maybe things would change. But yeah, I mean, on a serious note, no, never. See, because as I told you earlier, that since this being the one and only thing which I have in front of me, I don't have a different, I don't have a different vision for a career, different career. So, for example, if I take an example of Pushkaraj, he can personally train you. He can maybe train me for jiu-jitsu. He can maybe do a shoot for some product or a brand. He has like multiple streams out there and he's good at it. But whereas if you ask me, I'm just good at that one single thing. And I'm like laser focused on that thing.
Correct.
So when I do that, when I do these things, and I know for the fact that if I don't get up in the morning at 4:30 a.m. or 4:45 a.m., it's not that people will say कि अरे ये अभी अब बहुत आलसी हो गया है, ये इसका एज बढ़ रहा है, अभी ये उसको अलग clients मिल गए, इसलिए ये मेरा training बंद कर रहा है. It's not about that. It's about rather me being always excited about what comes later.
The quality of your training
The
should
quality is also
always
there.
be there.
It's always there, but the thing is that what's next? So for example, what I tell my clients especially is about goal setting तो है, but if let's say week 1 उसका squat है, week 10 भी वो squat कर रहा है, week 50 भी वो squat ही कर रहा है, but squat में और क्या कर सकता है वो? I mean, okay, we can maybe क्या बोलते हैं? When it comes to the poundages, in week 1 he was maybe lifting just an empty bar. In week 50, he's lifting, let's say, 40 kilos. In week 100, he's lifting, let's say, 80 kilos. Even that 1% jump excites me. And once I know that, okay, it's exciting me, then and only then I would be like, "Kya baba, haan,
That 4:30 in the morning is not a
why
problem.
not? If I get up at 4:30 in the morning at that day,
Their goals are your goals.
Yeah, and if that client improves by even 1%, I'm happy.
Right. Yeah, I think I love that about it. You know, I have started with people who couldn't move because of some issues and all that. And they're like, I have to be pain free. They start there, and then the next thing I hear is, when will I do that 100 kg deadlift? I'm like, okay, your goals have changed, dude. Like, you know, and then there's a ski trip coming up. I'm like, is this the same person? That excites me completely.
I think
like,
that's one of the most exciting things about this field. The ability to change lives.
But
you're not just changing bodies, you're actually changing lives.
Right.
You change the way they look at things, what they expect out of life.
Exactly, yeah.
True,
So that always excites me. What I think you don't feel, the only thing about the schedules is like maybe your wife already has, again, she is also an entrepreneur. Yeah. So, but some people who have families where somebody's working, say a 9 to 5:30,
Right.
you are always going to be out of the house before that person wakes up, and you're always going to be back after that person wants to maybe sleep, you know.
True.
So that is what, or they are going to be home at public holidays, you're going to be the most busiest.
Right.
So I think maybe you have to manage that family bit with
but
this
you
kind
know, I've been very lucky in that aspect as well, because my parents never, or maybe even my wife's parents, like, they never demanded कि नहीं यार अभी थोड़ा सा छुट्टी लो, हम जाते हैं वेकेशन पे, रोज ही काम करने का है आपको. They never do that because they both have been working. They have been owning businesses, and they know
what it takes to run
a business. And you know, you won't believe this, but when I started my career, I used to get up at 5:30 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, and 6 o'clock I used to like stand my thumb so that the records would be there, keep attendance लगा रहे हैं मेरे को. My dad used to feel कि अब ठीक है, एक हफ्ता जाएगा, 2 हफ्ता जाएगा, सुबह उठने की उसको आदत भी नहीं है, वापस आ जाएगा और मेरा बिजनेस ज्वाइन करेगा. So this was his thought process, which I kind of partially agreed to it, because you know, like getting up in the morning at 5:50, 5:30, it was
not
a completely different thing for me.
I think the motivation never stays for more than 5-7 days. It has to be something that you really like. It can't be constantly or saying ये तो मेरी habit है. It's finally that you like something. So,
like I hate waking up in
I
the
would
morning.
never wake up at 4:30 for a cycle.
The only two things in life
other than
that I wake up
cycling,
early
I
morning
don't know how
for
I've done that.
is photography. अगर कोई shoot है तो मैं उठूंगा, या फिर training session है तो मैं उठूंगा. Otherwise, I
me
love
too.
my bed.
Work-
I'm like, thank you, coziest place in the
Work
world.
is never like, you know, if there's work, I've never said I want to sleep more or anything. And I mean, work was always early, but the cycling is another level early. I don't know how I do it.
Somebody asked me the other day कि now what are your goals? But अभी ethos हो गया, अभी सब घर भी ले लिया, गाड़ी भी ले लिया. What are your goals now? I tell them my next goal is to wake up in the morning without an alarm clock. That's my goal in life.
I don't know if I'm getting there any soon. Even though I love waking up for my cycling, but yeah, I do
love my sleep. I mean, if at all there was no alarm clock, and if at all I had the liberty to train my clients maybe in the afternoon, in the evening, and not in the morning. If let's say hypothetically again all my clients tell me कि बाबा सुबह का पी सेशन सब कैसे हम शाम को करेंगे, I will be the happiest person ever.
I swear, yeah.
मैं मेरा बिस्तर और party like oh.
My cycling and clients in the evening. Yeah, so I think we have summed up a lot of pros and not cons, but
Yeah.
sorry.
10 मिनट कहते आधा घंटा.
I told you it's not going to be 10 minutes.
Small little vlog, not
I
a
knew
long
it, I
little
knew
vlog.
it. Because we had so much to discuss and tell people.
Now we need to
about.
check if the camera is still running or it conked out in
I-
between and we have no idea.
Aditya,
We're talking like fucking
and
idiots.
even if I'm there in the frame or that I'm just.
It's running, bro.
It's running, yay.
40 minutes.
40 minutes. Okay, let's wrap up then.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think we
get
kind
to
of
have some coffee
discussed quite a bit of
You want some
pros,
hair coffee?
Yeah.
most of the pros And cons, not as cons, but maybe be mindful about
Yeah.
what it is actually, what this industry
Keep
is.
your expectations realistic.
Yeah, keep
True,
them
true.
realistic. You have to work hard on yourself. You are more responsible about your own health and your fitness levels, because you are going to be motivating or inspiring somebody. So
And
that is
don't
always
make hasty decisions just because somebody else
Is
has
doing
gotten
it,
something's
huh?
doing it. It does not mean that you have to do it. Like,
Yeah,
so you
and
have
please,
different story
like,
or
I
different
know,
pattern.
please invest in good courses. Like, I know as a trainer, even a mediocre trainer in a good city, like even now 2-tier cities like
Yeah.
you know Indore and all, are making money. I get it, but have that the curiosity,
Yeah,
wanting
yeah.
to learn more, being good as a trainer. I think that you should all try to imbibe. Is
Teaching
what-
is an art. You only get
Yeah.
better with it with practice.
Yeah.
True, true.
Yeah, but also
Right,
I see a lot of people wanting to do these online courses and everything, and just wanting to start, like, you know, I want to earn money is the thing. And they don't, like, we are there to tell you, like, you know, the K11 school is a great one to start, build your base, and then you can do many courses and you'll know what is right.
Like, one
what is
piece of
wrong.
advice that applies for every field and every career is get a good role model, get a good mentor.
Yeah.
Because if you think you are going to do all the trials and errors on yourself, you are going to be doing trials and errors for the next 10 years, 20 years or so.
Oh, that's a great point.
So
yeah.
get someone who has made those errors and at least points them out to you so they can see them. हाँ मेरे को ये खड्डे में नहीं गिरना है. उसके बाद अलग है. If I decide to jump in that खड्डा and try it out कि ऐसा ही कि उसने बोला था. But then
See, we
it's
never
good to
tried
have some guidance.
look for a mentor, but because we joined the school and Kaizad was always such a big pillar
True.
as a mentor. But yeah, this is a great point. You should look for a mentor, which I did not, but I just found him.
You were
which
lucky
was-
to find him directly. That's
yeah,
the thing.
I mean that's what I'm saying.
A lot of people in
because he
K11 had
said
an
that,
advantage.
it's coming to me, but it's a great point. Yes, you should find a mentor who will give you guidelines and teach you. So yeah, try to build a great base, knowledge base, and
Don't look at everyone as competition. Find people that are worth trusting and make them your mentors. Learn from them.
And don't do courses just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen so many trainers these days. They just love to fill their Instagram bio by adding those.
ये
courses.
certificate,
You know,
वो
ये
certificate,
certificate,
वो
होगा
certificate.
BA, Pilates BA, वो BA, exciting.
बिरयानी.
कर सकते हैं, but आपका base clear
Like,
होना
keep it
चाहिए.
legit,
before
ना,
why?
do
Yeah, why are
legitimate
you, what are you
courses.
doing
Yeah.
exactly?
This as well, right?
Yeah.
For example, if I'm doing 10 courses.
you're not practicing also.
Yeah, exactly. So if I'm, let's say, have certified in, let's say, 8 to 10 courses, right? Be it Pilates, be it kickboxing, be it kettlebell, be it posturing, everything. You can't do everything together, and you can't apply everything together.
Learn what adds to your repertoire.
Haan.
Yeah. So I love my Pilates as a base to start off with somebody who's completely unaware, no body
Yeah.
awareness,
Right.
coming through an
Rehab
injury.
level, yeah.
Yeah, but I keep telling them that is what Pilates is, or any form of, even weight training for that example. Isn't it like a holistic, like it's you can't call any one workout, it's not one dimensional. You know,
Yeah.
fitness is not one dimensional.
True.
So you have to understand that and get through.
At the end of the day, fitness is you being able to do what you want to do in life. Are you fit and capable of doing it? That's
But
fitness.
strength is the base of it, right? Without strength, you can't be
Strength,
like,
mobility, movement, endurance. You
Yeah.
mix and match what you need to reach your goal.
True.
If somebody wants to climb the Everest, I can't tell him, nahi, you train like a strong man.
of course.
उसके goals अलग है. He needs to find out what works
The
for him.
rep range and everything changes. That's a different thing. But that's why the
But that's what. Then you
courses
need
is-
to do courses.
Yeah.
Like I
Which
want
will
to become
explain
a
you-
combat nutritionist
Yeah,
or a combat performance
So
coach.
this basic-
I need to train what gives me those skills. No point me going and doing one random course जो सिर्फ fancy लगेगा मेरे profile पे.
So that's what I'm saying. No, we know you and me and him can pick these things up because our foundation is
Yeah.
strong, and we have built it through our good courses that we chose. What is like our school? What was it? It's a great foundation for anything that you can choose and pick from what you want to do accordingly. You know.
And don't keep your
So-
mind shut to learning new things. A lot of time you think, oh no, I am a strength coach, so I will not learn XYZ.
Pushkaraj didn't want to speak even for 10 minutes, okay? He
I
wanted
know.
to end this thing in 5.
See, I still don't know what we have got on video and how much of it is usable.
100%
But since we are talking,
I
we're
will just
talking.
upload the whole thing.
Without editing.
Yeah,
ऐसे ही.
just, yeah.
Chalo.
कर ले.
Biryani.
All the best, guys. Whoever wants to
Yeah, I
come
hope
into
this helps.
this industry, there's lots of scope, lots of work, and
And
lots
she's
of
still not
fun.
done talking.
BTS, 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 BTS.